How's it going, everybody? I'm alive, and by everybody, I mean Coffee. Coffee, how you doing today, dude? Oh, my camera is behind. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Much better. It's lagging a little, but we're there. It's there. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Guffy, how are you? How have you been doing? How's work going? Are there still boxes you have to unpack, or are you done with the boxes now? Is the box season over? Wooly is a mess, and I'm trying to sponge him off. Oh, Woolly Bear. Oh, classic Woolly Bear. What a cutie. Oh, Coffee. Remind me, I can't now because I'm using my phone as a webcam. Remind me to send you pictures of Rue. My sister bought Rue a dress. That's all I'll say. It's the first week of the Nerd Fest? The Nerd Fest? Oh! Oh, is that thing Tavin was going to? The big, what's it called? LARPing? The big LARPing event? That's so cool. Oh, nice. Oh, I can't wait to hear from Tavin about it. That's gonna be amazing. You don't, wait, correct me, Coffee. Does your work, you don't go to it, but you supply yurts, I think you said? Oh, she doesn't leave till Friday. Okay, cool. Good, I can still wish her good luck before she goes off the grid. Okay, you personally don't go. I didn't think so. I thought I remember that correctly. Almost everyone I know does. Oh, so it's gonna be a little lonely then. All your friends are going off to play in the woods. Well. Oh well. You have us. That's a good thing, I think. Including my boss, his husband, and all my coworkers. Oh! So, are you gonna be manning work alone? Or do you have time off work then? Same cool. Yeah, thanks, Drippy. Thanks. You get me. That's where I'm at today, man. That's where I'm at. Goofy, but like low energy, you know? Minimum effort. I'm cruising. So true. Jippy, what do you think of the trailer? Did you like any of the new Pokemon? I love the Wooper. The new Wooper is amazing. Yo, Gunho! Everybody, I'd like you to meet Gunho or Buggy D. Oh my God, Buggy D. This is my best friend and my roommate in college, Gunho. He's a grand lad. You guys will quite enjoy his company. The shop is at the Nerd Fest. I'm on vacation. Oh, you get to go on vacation. Amazing then, Coffee. That's incredible. I hope you enjoy your time off work. Yo, is Paracool the last name of Buggy? Is that Buggy's last name? One Piece profile picture. Yeah. Buggy is a character from One Piece. I'm just gonna ask about the new Pokemon trailer. Did you see it, Gunho? Oh my god. I'm stoked. I knew most of the things that were coming because I follow a lot of leakers on Twitter. But to actually see stuff is really cool. I love the new Wooper. I'm gonna be house sitting for besties starting Friday. Oh, cool, Coffee. That'll be a nice change of pace. It's like you're on vacation, but you know, you're not at home, you're somewhere else. That'll be nice. Oh, Paracool is a different manga. Oh. I'll have to look it up then. The whole crystallization thing is very interesting. Saiton is sick. Yeah, the ground whale, love him. Camera is sick. Funny hats are sick. Everything else is mid. Like the plague. Oh, we're opposite then, man. I'm like, give me as much as I can. There are still a lot of things they haven't revealed yet, which I'm the most excited about. But they just haven't announced anything about it yet. Also, just can we take a moment? I also have been spreading them like the plague. In my Discord, I have like a thread being like leaks, and I spread them like wildfire. I'm just so excited, man. Hidden power for typing. Yeah. So from what I gather, every Pokemon normally will just be able to turn into their own type. But some Pokemon that are more rare will have a different one. But yeah, it looks very similar to Hidden Power. It's funny that they just wear giant hats. I thought they'd be a little more like I don't know what I expected, but that was interesting. Oh, what was I gonna say? The dragon you ride on, the giant wheel. Why doesn't he use his wheel? he runs the entire time, and even when he's swimming, he paddles. He never uses the giant tire attached to his chest. It's just there for aesthetic. Even on the Pokemon website, it was like, yeah, he may look like a motorcycle, but he isn't. He runs. I'm like, why? Why though? He's too cool. He reminds me a lot of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be going with Violet to get the jet one. If I'm gonna be riding something, it might as well be more like a machine, you know? Also, I love that his eyes are like headlights on a car. You get the legendaries earlier. Yeah, from what I read, you get to be able to, you can ride them from very early in the game, but you don't get to catch them until later. So like, you know, you can swim and travel the world with them, but no, they don't help you in battle. No, not until you, I don't know, you're champion. I also love that you can go to any gym in any order. That's so cool. I love that. I don't know how I feel about them not leveling the gym down to your level, like they did in the Pokemon Origins show. But it'd be cool to be like, all right, cool. Let's see how strong the strongest gym is. Like Arceus then? Yeah, I think so. I don't think the catching mechanics are going back from Arceus though. Creative way to get rid of HMs and random rival. Yes, I agree, Gunho. I didn't like that you would ride Pokemon, but they wouldn't be your Pokemon. I really didn't like ride Pokemon. I'm like, oh, well, they're not my Pokemon, you know? I kind of miss HMs, though, to be honest. I miss having to have a Pokemon in your party that needed to be there to, like, get through the world. I don't know. It made your team feel more like you were going on an adventure and you needed them, you know? Cat! How's it going, Cat? Also, raids. I was very scared there'd be nothing to do. Yeah, I'm glad they labeled it as a new mechanic, raids. I'm like, it's literally the exact same feature from Sword and Shield, except now you don't take turns. You just attack as fast as you can. My Badoo puts in work. Like, in Soul Silver, I had my Fearligator, and I would surf on him. I'm like, yeah, I'm riding my partner. But then to get a random Pokemon to surf on, it's like, it loses the feeling, you know? The raids seem really similar to Pokemon Go raids. Yeah, it looks like they're more leaning towards Pokemon Go raids than they are Sword and Shield raids. Better be able to take out Pokemon during photo mode. Yeah, it looks like you're able to walk around with Pokemon. Like, from look at the trailers, it happens quite a lot. So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to walk around with them. For some reason, oh yeah, Kat, what time is it for you? You should be sleeping. You should be sleep now. Good night. Good night, Kat. I still love the new Wooper. He's so cute. The poison ground typing is also very interesting. You should be asleep? Well then, Kat. But Brain says no. I feel that. Brains are cruel beings that don't let you sleep. Pooper. I've heard so many people call him that. No. He's so cute. Yeah, we're talking about new Pokemon. Oh, Kat, definitely watch the trailer. That's the first thing I did when I woke up. I woke up, watched it. I was like, whoa, you know? Gunno, do you play Pokemon Unite at all? If you do, I gotta add you, man. We play quite a bit. Yes, no worries, Kat. I'll see you in 19 minutes and 18 seconds, I believe is how long the video is. It looks like too much. It can be. It's definitely a game you have to sink some time into to learn the ropes. But I like it. I'm pretty bad at those type of games. It's very similar to League of Legends, but way easier. Like it is really nice to get into that type of game, just because there's not a lot of mechanics. It's very simple, which I like. I swear Willy Bear must be hiding a stash of straight up gunk that rolls in. Maybe Willy Bear is. Maybe you should check under your bed. We're watching it, and I announced at any time if a Pokemon looked puntable. And which Pokemon did you decide were puntable, Jippy? I played League for a month, and I kept getting reported because people thought I was trolling. No! Bruh! League players are gross. They're stinky. That's a really hard game to get into. There is no, like, hand-holding or introductions. It's just, like, I feel like they need something to teach people how to play. Can't get out of his playpen? Maybe there's a secret compartment under your playpen? You never know. The starters are, the Doe... Yes! What's his name? Doe... No, I forget. Something Doe. Wolf Doe. Something... Fido, that's what it was. Fido. Fairy type, which makes sense. That whale looks crazy. Looks so strong. I have no idea who I want on my team so far. I just know I think I want Wooper and whatever Wooper evolves into. And the water duck, probably. I think I want the water duck as a starter. Who are you guys leaning towards for the starters, by the way? This music is great. I'm so glad I found it. It's Daisy's Circuit or something, I think. The Mario Kart Wii? You should explain Woolly Bear. Oh, yes. I mean, what is there to explain? Woolly Bear is our cult leader, you know? Woolly Bear is Coffee's cat / bear. He's I forget what it's called, the disease, but he's a bit wobbly. He's a wobbly cat, but he's very, very cute. I'm a water starter purist. Have you always only chose the water starter? That's so interesting, Gunno. Glam! So rude to bomb me. Oh, Glem. This is Gunho. Gunho, this is Glem. I told you all about him. Gunho, Glem is my girlfriend. She's living here with me. I'm living here. I'm living here with her. Yes, this is college bestie. After our phone call, Gunho, I immediately went up to Glem and was like, "You have his approval. All I needed to say was that you like JoJo's." I picked Rillaboom because I like drummers, but other than that, he always waters. That's fair. I didn't really like the water starter in Sword and Shield. I have always picked a bunch of different types. I think water or grass I might have more of. The only fire starters I chose were Cinderace, you know, soccer player, and Infernape. Infernape was my boy. Anime enjoyers, eek! It was too hot to take yourself. Shut up. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm very excited to start part 4. Once we're done watching season 3 of Digimon, or maybe season 4 of Digimon, we'll go back to JoJo's. Wait, Gunho, do you have a Switch then? If you played Sword and Shield, you must, right? Bro, add me. We'll play games together. We'll play games together. Don't do this to me. I've been waiting so long to rewatch it. Yes, no. I realized that after I said, I'm like, no, wait, no. Glenn really wants to see season 4, so season 4. I only have Pokemon Sword on it. That's okay, man. I will gladly play Pokemon Sword and Shield with you, man. We can actually have a Pokemon battle. We've never been able to. Dude, that'd be sick. Sorry, Coffee, that Pokemon is the hot topic of today. It's just that they released a new trailer, so everyone's very hyped. Yeah! Oh, dude, that'd be so cool. I'm definitely going to play Pokemon Violet on stream, so you can definitely play with that. Cleaning Bear. True. I'm just so stoked. I really hope it's going to be a great game. Coffee Cups loves Pokemon. In our community, we have a pretty big divide between what games we enjoy. Some of us love Pokemon. Others don't. Some of us love Ace Attorney. Others don't. So I try to balance the games and the topics. And Drippy, the biggest anime fan. Definitely. Drippy loves novel games. Can't get enough of those reading novels. Me forget that it's coming. Yeah, that's so soon too. Like so soon. I'm really excited, Gunno, for you to see another mechanic coming. I won't spoil it, but it's what I'm the most excited for. The friendship is wholesome. Ah, like between yeah. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Drippy man. I don't know if you guys ever remember this story. I think I told it once or twice on stream. But this is the legend that took my pizza from the fridge and hid it from me. If you remember that story. I can kiss. No, definitely not. The cider was another roommate. But the pizza evolved into the cider story. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's Gunno. I had 3 roommates. Utmost respect. Gunho, man, you drove me crazy. I was doubting everything. I had no idea what the stupid pizza slice was. You ended up eating it and then rebuying it and hiding it again. Unbelievable. And then our third roommate turned us against each other and hid my cider. Yes, it came directly from the first prank. A little bit, just a little bit of trolling here and there. Boop boop doo 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 doo. Let's jump into Ace Attorney, shall we? Usually the chapters are around 2.5 hours, so that's when I try to jump into it so we can finish it on time. In response, I told the story of the time I snuck into my friend's trunk. I don't know if I remember that. I must have. Was that 7 years ago? No. Oh my god, it was. Bro, I was 21. Dude, that's insane. Oh my god. It feels like I got out of college like a year ago. That's crazy. That was the first year of college. That's insane. That's insanity, man. Bro, you're 24 now? You are the age now that I was when I graduated. That's crazy, man. Oh, Jesus. Hi. They really love the zoom-ins in this game.
This is it then, Mr. Naruto? Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume, to everything.
Yeah, please do, Coffee. I want to remember. I need a recap. All right, yeah, let me give a quick recap. Also for Gunho, I don't think you've seen this game yet. We're playing as Ryunosuke, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, but we call him Ryan. This is Susato. She, we think, might be Maya's ancestor, but we have no idea. This is Herlock Sholmes. And this is his assistant, Iris Wilson. Olive Green was someone from a last case. This is Sasuke. He's basically Mr. Cracker from Very Odd Parents. Tobias Green, a detective. This is William Shamspeer, a person who loves Shakespeare, and we're pretty sure is the person who's framing Sasuke for trying to kill himself. Yeah, more like he's looking after her. See, her father was actually Herlock's partner, but he died overseas, and we haven't told her yet, which is kind of really fucked up. Her dad's dead, and she still believes he's out there doing things. But yeah, she's living with Herlock right now. She's great. She's hilarious. An old man, irrelevant. This is Beric von Zeeks. No, you're not allowed to kiss him. He is, we think, might be a Von Karma ancestor. He also might be a vampire. We're not sure. Some dude, some girl, and oh yeah, he died. He was the husband of her. That's all the people. So far, all you need to know for this case is that this guy owns a building, and this William dude and this dude live there, and this dude was found unconscious, and Sasuke was framed for it. But we're pretty sure it was just the gas coming out of the house. Also, this guy's just straight up a bad person. I think that's all that really matters. We're waiting to see if the teacup had poison in it. If not, our boy will be home free. Yes, he is a fruit cup. Also, it's a running joke that I voice the main character as Sonic. So that's why he sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog.
To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume, to everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato.
Suffering Sasuke selfishly sidelined!
Ah! Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning! Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire! Listen to you two chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! Why would you do that? Why?
Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I have my eyes shut.
I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow you'll have to forgive me.
The trunk store, yes, please do coffee.
And you mustn't talk to your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example!
Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you'd abandon me and return to our beautiful long-lost homeland. We're not playing the game today. It's just story time.
We've not been in Great Britain a week yet. Yes, well, anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh, what sort of decision?
I shall fill you in after the trial.
All right.
Win? Shut up.
It would seem Mr. Shelms isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
I can read.
It's a very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again.
The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Bailey, Bay. This is during my senior year in high school. I think we were all between 17 and 19. By we, I mean my friends, Aaron's Dan, and also myself. No one touch me. I will have an army of Fidos. Oh, Cat, welcome back. I was like, where is this coming from? Oh, isn't Fido adorable? Get this. I after every trailer, I always go to the Pokemon website because there's often information they don't put in the trailer. And I was reading about Fido, and when Fido needs to intimidate someone, he puffs himself up like he inflates. It sounded so cute. Cat, I'm telling us to sit back down. It's my turn to talk.
Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Sasuke-san's curse.
They die instantly. What's his name? Not Mimikyu.
The truth is hidden somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client, and keep fighting to the very end. That's all.
Wait, no, it's okay. You guys can both go at the same time. Luckily, it's text, so you won't be talking over each other. I'll read both. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels of the prosecution for defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by a lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Absolutely. Justice will be done. You mark my words.
I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right.
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me. And please, be as ruthless as you like. Oh, I'm a normal man. I flirt sometimes. Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all.
Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems.
No, may the Lord show us all the light here, and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today.
Juror number 3 has no chill. No! Lord Van Zeeks, what can you tell us? He's also my favorite. I call him Norm. I'm Norm, the normal man. But now my story has to be better than Pokemon. That's a lot of pressure. I mean, yes, I would say some people here would say that's not a high bar. Some would say it's a high bar. The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results.
This dude wastes so much wine. He throws bottles everywhere. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock, pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the reports. Here's to you, Inspector.
Yes, sir. No, thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it.
Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Now, the brains of the yard analyzed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
No poison at all.
In other words, the tea the defendants brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
We should have won just there. Oh, what a revelation!
As I suspected, this makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Sasuke.
Objection!
Oh. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction. Oh, also this dude's very racist.
What?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word! The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel. Dude. Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter, was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeer. Yeah, right? This dude has it out for the Japanese, man. Okay, story. Aaron, Dan, me, all in Aaron's car. Aaron's car was a 2-door, so one of us had to smoosh in the back. I was smaller than Dan, so it was me that had to smush. We were going from Aaron's dad's house to my house. It was long enough ride for me to get bored, which doesn't take long, so tells you nothing. Oh my God! Wait, did you fall asleep in the truck? No, keep going. I won't spoil it. Whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Mr. Shamspeer. Yes, it sounds like we're gonna have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Bayleaf, show Mr. Shamspeer the stand. Bayleaf, Bay. Ugh, this bozo.
Body roll.
Mr. William Shamspeer, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeer, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
I was looking around the small back seat and found the lever that lowers the back seat and opens the trunk to the rest of the car. Okay. Yes, but as we revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes.
Oh, may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeer, did have a roomful of the sweet fuel given.
That's right. Fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten. Kept all that, about the ice coins. A tiny secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail.
I would just like to point out that she has said, feel the sting in my tail. Perhaps indicating that she might be a certain bug. A certain gold and black striped bug. Possibly, I might be stretching here. Maybe a bumblebee. just might be. Just maybe. Me and Coffee were having a heated argument of whether she was a raccoon or a bumblebee. Yes, cat? Please. So I crawl into the trunk and pull the seat back up. I assume Dan and Aaron noticed this happening because how could they not? Oh my God. You're rock. Jippy! I will time you out, my good sir.
How indeed? By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess.
You assuming I pay way more attention to what's going on actually too. You have a Coffee. If you're not the one paying attention, no one is. You're the token Ace Attorney fan. She should be moving on. Yes. Okay, moving on.
Thou wouldest not pardon my sins, for that I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved, but would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo,
what animal is the woman? I have to see this poll. A bee, a raccoon, a human, none of
it's a bee! Ooh, I'm a bumblebee. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat KFC. Spare me the salary. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat
KFC. Where was I? Oh, yes, the trunk. Yes, you were in the trunk. That's where you were, Coffee.
For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of the farther east than Verona did contrive a poison to me. Objection. But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
Well, the defense would assert as an inconsistency will be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeer?
Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Stop. Jumping.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that the poison apparently entered your body, though none of was found in the tea.
Ha ha ha! The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison, whilst feigning distraction in our debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use that tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus it's no surprise that the poison, being not found in the tea, I did pour into the molds of soup. Soap, not soup.
The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured.
None of the above. I hate you all.
The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
But no poison bottle was found in the scene.
Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
Ugh, I knew that. Mama Mid, how's it going, Mid?
M. Glem Mid? That's a low blow. By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands.
Ah!
The moment has passed.
No, I want to know. You crawled into the back of the trunk. What happened? I need to know. I need to know. Will you show me? Sirs, madame, 'tis true that I, Shamspeer, be a common thief gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate how long that takes.
Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare, I'm a normal man.
Can we look at Kin, please? Look at him? What do you mean by look at him? Ah, yes, the cold dog. Great. I mean, yeah. Kin hasn't changed his profile picture to the monstrosity he turned me into. Amazing. Coffee will remain in the trunk until you tell the rest of the story.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Kumbaya.
The T inconsistent C.
Hold it. I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume, is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee, or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know, that thy destiny mingles with mine. Enjoy the lurk, cat.
Or sleep, hopefully.
You lost me at the first thee. Zounds, body roll. Thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turns thy hand to a lawyering. I did, but I must have missed archaic Elizabethan lecture. Fairly and in truth, 'twas a fine flavored brew, though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as a thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friend, be the simple truth.
Not the hiccups now.
listen to Mr. Shamspeer. He seems even better form than he was yesterday. Either that, or I'm in worse form.
That fated evening, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good rapport, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold, thy poison was not in the tea at first. Okay. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. I have a picture of 2 teacups. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Nopsmay's cup, which means he did drink it. I'm in the trunk, assuming they know I'm in the trunk, as we pull into the driveway. Aaron parks the car and nothing happens. Silence. No! No way. Oh god, that'd be a nightmare. I'd be so claustrophobic.
Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea?
To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea. Thou dost describe the actions of a fool.
Quite so, quite so.
But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched, would I have the choice.
Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it?
Were it not for the tea, in sooth I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched.
Right, no ice coins means no heating.
The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shamspeer, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. With the greatest of pleasure, my liege. Aaron suddenly goes, oh, right, Dan, you have to get out, so the seat so it can be pulled forward and Coffin can get out. Dan goes, oh, geez, I forgot. Oh, no.
Hold it!
I hear the passenger door open and the seat pulled forward. Okay, and then silence.
But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim. Drink tea while it's hot.
I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fits of pain did I knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly 'twas after I made the coins of ice from his tea. An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here.
It's true. There was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. Yes, of course. I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it? No, I'm not sure that's it.
More silence. Do they live in the trunk now? And you were not going to tell the story, Coffee? A shame.
Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guests had left and before you drank your tea.
When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make coins of ice.
Hold it!
Okay.
Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact, isn't that right?
To cheat! Or to die! Oh! 'Tis life's only choice. I was not expecting to die.
Yes!
Faith! To cheat to be wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prith, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't. Be very sure, sir. Once the trial is over, Altamont Gas will take you to task over this legal task. I shall not run. I shall not hide. Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run nor to hide. But, my lady, what wouldest thou with this pitiful player? Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you, starting with that shoddy shirt on your back. 'Tis time for a Shamspeer dance! I hate this man so much.
What a harsh world we live in.
The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters of irrelevancy. Consider a warning, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Why am I the one in trouble here?
Mr. Shamspeer, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, you used his tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die, I did make a choice many moons ago. It was a newer car, so it had one of those escape latches in the trunk. So I could have gotten out whenever I wanted. But at this point, I realized they had, in fact, not noticed me crawl into the trunk and pulled the seat back up behind me. So I wrapped around the spare tire, trying desperately not to laugh. More silence. Oh my god, I love this coffee. You're just a prankster, coffee. I didn't know you had it in you.
Hold it.
Boom, boom, boom.
If, having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time.
Once ensnared by literally debate, not else be found in the furrows of the mind.
The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was the stronger of the two?
Rightly did I pay no need to the tea, was I wrestled with the abdable fellow. Coffee does a bit of trolling confirmed.
I remember debates like that when I was studying.
Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening? My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shamspearian wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea ought I tibid be. What?
Oh yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea. I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. So it's proven that there was no poison in Sasuke's tea. That should be hugely in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today... It feels as though everybody is against us, Mr. Naruto. It must be the Reaper's poison. I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty.
Okay. He did come to his chamber of tea. My cup alone, that wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst fighting distraction or debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make coins of ice. Thus, 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour. Okay. Let me go through my inventory real quick. Yeah, it's this. It's absolutely this. Never drop the it's this. Objection!
You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question.
But that's impossible! How? Sharp logic! What is this, ye clad fiend?
The 2 teacups from the scene. One used by the victim and the other by the defendant. Have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible? What difference?
Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed. Such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it?
Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. the Japanese saying he quoted.
Drink tea while it's hot.
That's right, yes! Thank you for the crowd. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time.
Huh?
If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours that the tea was left standing.
But,
In short, Mr. Shamspeer, you clearly lied to the court.
get thee to a nunnery! Oh, what's that pose?
Objection!
As a rule, I fill my hollow chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
You might want to keep that information to yourself.
Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
Your drinking habits are fascinating but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shamspeer. Yes, my liege. Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
Hey!
Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Bruh.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes. That night scared me. Ace, how's it going?
It's the gothic vampire Edgeworth. Did we not bring them? No, we didn't forget them. They were talking on the ride before. Yes, I'm ready for the climax of the story.
What?
Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
And you're just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before.
Avoid anything that you may see MHA spoilers. Oh no. Oh no, are there spoilers going around? Dude, no. No, I don't want spoilers. I want to enjoy the anime. No. Thank you, Ace. I will now be sure to scroll away as quickly as possible from anything I see this MHA. Major spoilers for the next chapter manga. Bruh! I hate spoilers so much. Spoilers should be illegal. They should be illegal, man. So illegal. After much looking around in the and confirming repeatedly with each other that they had been in the car earlier, and I could not have gotten out of the two-door car without them noticing, Aaron opened the trunk, looked at me, and closed the trunk again without saying anything. This is why you read the manga. I'm gonna have to. If those big spoilers are coming in MHA, I'm gonna have to read the spoil. I'm sorry to the next season is coming out so soon. I'm definitely gonna have to read the manga because I don't want my hero to be spoiled. That's one of the few animes I'm like, I really don't want this to be spoiled at all.
Then you're suddenly remembering now that you made a mistake before. Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. Jiffy, shut up. The app I use. Oh my god, yes, Ace, please. And it's always immediately updated in English a second. Please, what is it? I've been looking for a good app to read manga. Oh, wait, that's the end of the story, Coffee? He just shuts the trunk again. That's incredible. I would have absolutely done the exact same thing. I would have just looked at you and then shut the trunk again. I'm imagining Coffee just like wrapped around a tire trying not to laugh. That's so funny. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Hold on. Tachiyami. I'm gonna write that down. All right. They also have a bunch of other mangas on it. It's where I read MHA and Vigilantes. Is a way better person than me. Wait, why? I have a tablet, so it is an Android, so I'll look up both of them. I think hearing me trying so hard not to laugh is what gave me away eventually. That's amazing. Jokes are always better, like when you're trying not to laugh, even if it's a skit or anything. Just it makes it way better. Oh, it's fan scans. Okay, gotcha. I will look up both. Shonen Jump. Does it? That would. Okay, yeah. I'll look up both. I might use Shonen Jump for like all the manga that are there, and if there's something I want to read that's not there, I'll check out Tachiyami maybe. We'll see. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the oh my god, wait, speaking of My Hero Academia, did you guys see the 2 OVAs? Glenn, I'm so sorry. Yesterday when you were in classes, I watched the 2 OVAs, and they are very good, and I will force you to watch them because they are very good. They're very funny. I like them. Shonen Jump published a bunch of anime, I think, in Japan. It's a V. I love V official sites. Has the latest chapters, I believe, for free, but if you pay a low fee, you can get all the backlog ones. Oh, gotcha. As long as it's a small fee, I'm totally cool with that. You watch MHA without me? Whatever, will I do? I figured that would be your reaction. But Glenn, the episode with Bakugo is hilarious. Smiley! It's so funny. Of All Might busting a gut? Oh, I was like, I didn't remember All Might in it. Oh, there was a very short clip of All Might at the end. Yes, I remember that. The baseball one was okay. It was kind of funny just to see them do sports, but the second one was my favorite. You stole my man. Now, you two, don't fight. There's, wow, Glenn. I was gonna say, I may be small, but there's plenty of coal to go around. Jesus. Furthermore, the testimony isn't fine. Glem's just feisty because I'm gonna make her watch My Hero. She used to love My Hero. But now, after that last season, not a fan anymore, sadly. the testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words, the inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. Wow, Glenn. That is probably the most insulting thing you can say. Don't you guys dare! My heroes! Listen, I know the last season was pretty mid. I will admit. Even the intro was bad. But the first 4 seasons I loved. No, season 4, I love season 4 of Aerie. I love Aerie. All those arcs were so good. Don't insult my special interest. Right, Ace? I love My Hero. I started watching My Hero, I think, in college. And that's when I started to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym and bulk up like Deku. So it was my gym inspiration. W chat. Really? Oh, that's sucky to hear. Cause I really do. Like Black Clover. I have read the Black Clover manga and watched the anime, and I've much more enjoyed the manga over the anime. So I'll have to read My Hero to compare them. I'm not caught up in Black Clover though. I'm a little behind in the manga, but I'm caught up in the anime.
No!
What does this mean then? I do declare, it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bit about thieving gas, obviously. My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear. I will say, if it wasn't for Bakugo, I might not like My Hero as much. I just love Bakugo so much. He is like my favorite anime character. No, not my favorite. There's a couple of One Piece characters that could tie with him, but like he's up there, man. He's probably tied for first with Zoro. I love those two so much. Zoro didn't like that statement. I know. It's either Zoro is ahead of Bakugo or tied with Bakugo. It's really hard. It depends. It depends what I'm currently watching, you know, if I'm watching One Piece or Bakugo. Anyways, I still think Bakugo should have been the main protagonist. After I did thine at Grubbery Owl House that night, not to pass my lips, but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. Bakugo has a hate boner, a regular one for Deku, and that's his whole character. No, he just doesn't. He doesn't put up with other people. He knows what he wants, and he goes and he gets it, and he doesn't let anyone else get in his way. You know, and like I appreciate that about. Yes, he could be a dick, but it's funny. Catch up on MHA manga, please. Ace, I honestly will. I don't want spoilers, so I will. I've been looking for something to read. You enjoying this, Coffee, by the way? Coffee, who's your favorite anime character? Also, did you guys hear there's a new... I don't remember if it was a movie or TV show, but there's a new something coming out for Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's when like they're all in their adult stage. Adult stage. They're all grown up, and it looks from the picture alone, it looks really cool. Mineta. Is that no? That's not good, Coffee. Not did pass my lips with the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. And on what did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favorites. A broth, as would it be called soup, and a leaf, as would it be called salad. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, never forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. What? Bro, I hate Shakespeare. Cherazal, your humble servant Shamspeer doth entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord!
If I may speak, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Foreman.
I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer.
By me?
Coffee's my favorite anime. I think MHA would be top 5 anime if they killed off Mineta violently and gruesomely. That, or Bakugo became the main character instead of Deku. Either or of those. Cause he's not a woman. Yeah, from what I've heard, they really do like doing that. What was I gonna say? I remember the writer in an interview saying his favorite character was Mineta. So take that as you will.
I do declare you may be right.
We all know the waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm.
But this lawyer had says if he's selling gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He'd be leading us up the garden path, but that's what she's been doing.
Should kill Mineta. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Gunno. Isn't Mineta his? No, his self-insert is Eraserhead. But Mineta is his favorite character, apparently. Writer is sus. You should be in jail. Yeah. I do agree with that. I think it was something about writing him or drawing him, or I don't know. I don't remember what it was exactly. I just remember it was his favorite. It's my favorite character because that sentence makes the enemy fits mad. Drippy. It's not too late. You can delete that that comment. Mineta is a small purple grape boy who is the biggest pervert in probably all of anime. Here, I'll delete it for you. Thank you, Glem. You saved Drippy from he doesn't know what.
I really never said anything like that.
But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached our decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it.
He's not worth the meme. He's not worth the meme. The court acknowledges the position of the jury, Foreman, and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No! You can't yet!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Until after the tournament sport thing.
Guilty.
So you should know him then. He's the purple grape boy. Well, that's not good. I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord. Oh, happy day! Did I just hear a harp? Did a harp just play?
How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Very well. The court upholds the defense's right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged. Is Dumbledore the judge?
I'm a man of logic, me. And having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal. Gas is.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes.
Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
I like how the old man's the only reasonable one so far.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supplies has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind.
No, you really should mind. The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hope. And Mr. Shamspeer was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamspeer was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. But that's surely almost impossible at this stage. If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty.
No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Ew, I hate how he's standing behind us. Alright.
Hold it. All the evidence, you say.
That's right. There's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at the Japanese man with the big mustache.
Okay, just check and see if anyone's reacted.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. If only we had that kind of evidence. Don't worry, this submission examination was barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in new light. Let's hope so.
Gas is too expensive.
This isn't the time nor place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas, and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever.
This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either.
If I might inject here.
Ah, yes, madam.
It seems my fellow juror takes issues with the pricing our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man. That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poison in tea and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable.
No. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either.
Well, anyway, I quite made my mind up. It's as made up as the price of gas. Okay.
Hold it!
Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time. You'd take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right! I hadn't considered that at all.
Young lawyer man.
Yes?
You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial. That's for sure. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past.
Norm Big Brain Man, right? He's got the big brain man. That's why his hat's covering it. a good work, Clem. You.
Hold it!
Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas?
There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you haven't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
She's really buzzing now. She's really buzzing now.
All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity? What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little poison here and there is nothing in comparison. Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly, but the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. But giraffes don't buzz. I don't get it. Gunho, I swear to God.
More devious. Oh, madam.
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting.
We generate gas and we deliver it to our circumstances, fair and square. Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible? Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes. And take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing. That's very clever.
Diverting gas into their own pipes illegally? What a brazen form of theft!
When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to tricks. What is that face?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3?
Oh, golly. You mean me? It's a normal man. Yeah, a completely, totally normal man face. I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself.
I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Well, yes.
I just got a little riled about it recently, you see. Go on.
An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask you for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in, and do you know what he did?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us.
He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall.
Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe
and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there.
Oh, please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it?
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment. Ah, I see. In other words, if, upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of adjacent property that has no contract with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might. And you can guess what happened, can't you? Well, if he blew hard, then wait, you mean... That's right. The lights didn't just flicker, they went out. Along with the stove, gas started pouring into the house. What a disaster!
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because of the man who blew too hard, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said.
So by disconnecting the lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruto, I think perhaps... Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for.
It is?
Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include the information.
Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind. Well, I do! That's our Like I said, madam, it's widely known. Sorry, what did she say? That's our company's secret method to identify the rogues that tried to diddle us. Like I said, madam, it's widely known. Very well. Whoops. Very well. Juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. I'm just a normal man. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. And then you're in real trouble. Okay, let me save real quick. Salve. I didn't think I can't present things to people, so maybe I have to. Should I press on that?
Hold it!
When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors?
Ah, yes. All floors are connected to the same pipe after all. That's true of every building, because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties.
Well, I had no idea it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe.
It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Indeed! It has been mentioned on more than one occasion, in the papers even.
Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to someone's death. Mr. Naruto, I think perhaps... Yes, it's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all these strange occurrences.
It is? Alright, I guess I'll keep pressing people.
Hold it!
You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. It happened to try you a few times now.
This is the most troubling indeed.
It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in a tea time, see. And I see her doing it, my wife. She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup.
And can you drink it anyway?
I was but a proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
Oh, she just put salt in it.
Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No! So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly. Eh? Unbelievable.
Let's move on, please. Oh my goodness.
Hold it!
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your mind?
Sorry, where's that now?
Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else in the night.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry?
I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all?
I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here. Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to proceedings far more intently.
I said the exact same thing.
I suppose. The trouble is, he has selective hearing. Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that was so desperately we need.
I can read. Yes, I know. I went through them all. All right, let's try. Whoops. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to click. No tutorials. No tutorials, please. I know. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Okay, let me say it once more, because I'm going to be guessing a lot. I don't want to lose. I'm a man of logic, me. Having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I do agree that the gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. Blow too hard on the gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house, and then you're in a real trouble. Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city with hidden pipes. Itchy is sketchy. Oh, I think I need to pit him against Mr. Normal Man.
Objection!
These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said?
No, what? Yes, of course. I hear him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something else besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
Makes things a lot more complicated. Yeah, right, Ace? I like it, though. When it comes to moments like this, where I have to try to pit people against each other, I really like the mechanic. I enjoy it a lot.
What? What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene?
Why does he have a sword? Because his best friend Kazuma carried that sword everywhere, and Kazuma died, so he carries the katana around everywhere to honor him. Also, he has a sword too. I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe. Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. What a piece of work as a man!
What are you trying to say, Mr. Shamspeer?
What speakest thou, Prieth? Is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir.
I thought I'd been quite clear. But let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord! Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my god.
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man is so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress will perform a kiss scene with him,
For shame, madame, speak thy fancy. I assure you, I am not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection!
This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture.
Ah!
To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips on the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. Wait! That's what this picture was. He was sucking gas from it. Oh my god. We have this picture of his handprints all over the wall, and there was nothing behind the picture, so we had no idea what he was doing. The dude was getting high off of gas. And yes, he did, Ace. He does that quite often.
Objection!
It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamspeer put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspeer has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. And I have evidence to prove it.
I feel like that smack wasn't necessary. Oh, Ace. Sometimes he will pick up a bottle that's just been opened and toss it into the audience. Like, he wastes so much wine. Also, yes, sometimes he does straddle the table.
Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I. Let's see this evidence then.
Boop, 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 boop.
Take that!
Why did the main dude, Idiot Sandwich, stop his... That's what I was saying. Like, I know sometimes he does that to, like, prepare himself or to get himself, focused. But that part there felt unneeded.
What the? These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
The skin prints, Counsel? I've never heard of such a thing. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective Sherlock Holmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamspeer touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's the great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shamspeer also appeared to have been touching some very unexpected places in this room.
He said he drinks like 7 glasses in court. He's probably bringing at least 5 bottles to court. Yeah, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. He reminds me a lot of what was his name? The Daft Punk character. What was his name? The cyborg man from the original Ace Attorney. Coco! How's it going, Coco? What was his name? Got it! Thank you, Coffee Cup. Got it. I don't know if you know him, Gunho. In the 3rd Ace Attorney game, Got It is the prosecutor, and he drinks 17 cups of coffee during a trial, it's madness. That's what that just reminded me of. Not got it. Godot? It's Godot? Not got it? I've been saying it wrong all this time? Coco, I played the entire third game calling him got it. Oh my god. What a very interesting character Godot was. No, I have to say got it. That's his name to me.
For example here, around the hanging picture there, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps? Okay, good. I'm glad it's not just me, Ace. I know I'm saying Ryunosuke's name wrong, but when we first started playing the game and we called him Ryan, it was so funny. It just stuck. Think of the Beckett play? Oh, what's it called? Finding Godot? Something like that? Something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed the lyric, Coco. Thanks for stopping in. Finding Godot, something like it's Godot. Like the play Waiting for Godot. Godot. That's hard to wrap my brain around.
And at first, my college and I thought the same thing. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of...
Ah! I don't believe it. The gas lamp.
Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspeer has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right. What have you been up to, you nut?
He absolutely gets high off of gas. Godot. I get Godot. Okay, Godot. It's one of the most famous plays not written by Shakespeare. Oh no, I know the play. I haven't seen it. I know of the play. I've always wanted to see it. I've heard it's really funny. Yeah, we learned about it in history. Oh, but theater history class, man. I don't think I passed a single theater history class, Gunno. I couldn't for the life of me remember all the names and all the dates. I just couldn't do it. No, sorry. I was trying to remember what it was called. Coffee. I was like the Beckett play. I was like, oh yeah, what's it called? The Finding Godot.
I asked the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall juror number 3's statement.
What? Me now?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident wasn't an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shamspeer were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room...
Oh, waiting for Godot. Right. Either way. I knew of it.
He could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building.
Crikey! Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zeeks? This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case. But it's an exciting new forensic technique. developed by a great detective. It's nothing. A mere toy, developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. You take that back. Certainly, even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But... Hold it! Please, my lord, if I may. Mrs. Sato, it was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation at the scene as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Ugh.
And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure that jurors would agree.
You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide, my man Norm. He knows.
Juror number 3. Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results. Sounds absolutely fascinating, and I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Yeah! Oh, not quite enough, though.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a
Promise. Yes, old man!
Now, wait! You heard his lordship.
Yeah! Suck it, Vanzeeks.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. It's just one more juror changes his or her mind. Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue. Thank you, Mr. Sato, but I couldn't have done it without you. Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all, and this is very much your success.
Ew, that phase.
Why, Mr. Shamspeer, you seem to be losing your composure. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruto. You can do it.
Very well. Continue, counsel. I still need to persuade one more. Okay. Can do. Can do. Boop, 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 boop. A man of logic. Having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. We already cleared her. We cleared his. Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. How can I convince one more person? Let's press on him one more time.
Hold it!
Maybe it'll change.
All the evidence, you say?
That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at the Japanese man with the big mustache.
No, nothing? Okay.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events in the night in question. What's he make of that?
What? Your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeer had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that that's where the poison was.
Well, yes, I won't deny it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecutor rightly says, we should pay no heed to the unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides,
Yes?
even if the fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipes dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh,
If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
you do make a very valid point, sir. What?
That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty.
No, wait!
Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is.
Ah! Just leave our nationality out of this, please. Mr. Naruto, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors can change their minds before...
We can. I know that dude who owns the building said he saw lights flicker. So... I have supportive testimony? Hold on. Which one is the right answer? Which one is the right answer? Let me look through my pile of evidence. A receipt from books. No, that's my search. Yeah, it's got to be supporting testimony.
No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony.
This is incredible. Whose testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked.
Did he testify? He must have.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Foreman, does that convince you?
I don't think he was listening. What? What? But it was him. What? Is there anything for me to look at the... was it Sasuke? Skip. We'll guess the right person eventually. I thought it was the dude who owned the building because he did say he was checking the lights, but I guess he wasn't on stand. God. Skippity skip. Supporting testimony. It must have been Sasuke then. Or was it him? He came by to check the gas. Okay, I'll try Sasuke, and if not, I'll try him.
Take that!
I was right. Sasuke!
The defendant.
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings. There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Even on the fateful night it happened when I returned from Mr. Shamspeer's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed to bed, but before long, the stove went out. Oh, that's right. And somebody tried to kill me.
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
Good golly.
So that Shamspeer fellow blew air into the gas pipes to make the man's stove go out on purpose.
Now hold your horses there. What would you do that for?
Yo, he's a straight up murderer.
Mr. Foreman!
What is it, man?
We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye.
Yarg! Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Hey!
That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty. My lord, we've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue.
Do. As the defense is rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now call guilty. 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Yes, Santa Claus. I will do. Mr. William Shamspeer. My lord, how can thy humble Shamspeer serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination? So God mend me, I do solemnly swear. I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
But your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there.
Oh, the hiccups.
How do you explain that, eh?
And there goes a bottle. I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Do me.
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective toy has no place in our British court of law.
Yarg!
As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do it well to remember that.
Ah!
Objection.
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the lamp in Mr. Shamspeer's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there,
Objection.
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in tea, some remnants of the tea are required.
yes.
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poisoned were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making an analysis impossible.
Ah! I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipe where he lived? To kill Sasuke-san, I guess.
There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
Boom. Order! Counsel! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mysteries this far.
Wanted to end the life of Sasuke.
Take that.
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live round those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Garadab, the landlord, has a large fireplace in this part of the residence, on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeer was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious, ×2!
Objection.
The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises, is who put it there?
Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Couldn't he have just died from gas poisoning, though?
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known that Mr. Shamspeer's murderous in designs?
Ah! You mean to suggest?
Naturally, the sole possible answer to the question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been accused, Mr. Sasuke-san Natsume.
Ah!
Whatever Mr. William Shamspeer may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense's counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Ah! Ah!
I keep seeing Coco's emote pop up, and I think something's happening in chat, and no, nothing's happening.
How did you manage to turn that around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruto, you must respond. Otherwise, members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain advantage. What advantage? Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeer's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. You mean, Dan the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointed to a particular person now.
It is?
Who?
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
Yeah, what? Oh, don't worry.
Objection.
There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in this case. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprits! A team found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on so long already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime? Dude, I have no idea. Not even a single. If it's not Shamspeer, it's not Sasuke. Would it be Gyarados? Because he knew the gas going through the place was flickering, so maybe he was onto it and wanted to stop him? Shiny Togepi Baby Boy? Wait, oh! Drippy, are you playing Pokemon? Did you catch a shiny Togepi? Nice, man. I love Toga Kiss. Is that the third evolution? I love that evolution line. I think I caught a shiny Togepi too, actually. Would it be Arden B? He's a meter man. I don't think he put poison though. Passed away a month ago as a result of gas poisoning. Yo, yes, are you playing Arceus? Has the great Drippy CM returned to Pokemon Arceus? I have to finish that Pokedex. I'm like really close. My guess is Gyarados. So let's try.
Take that!
Highly suspicious, I would say yes.
Yeah, no. Whoops. So it's not Gyarados. It must be the Gas Man.
Take that!
So it wasn't the Gas Man. Bro, I have no idea. Duncan Ross?
Take that!
No. I have no idea. Do you think he put his own poison there to poison himself?
Take that!
No? Bro, I'm running out of people here. If it's not William, it's not Gyarados, it's not the Gas Boy, it's not the dead one. Quinby?
Take that!
We'll get there eventually, guys. Miss Green. Yo. That would, cause yeah, he brought her over to tell, apparently, the truth about her husband's death. Also, she had poison. And the note from the doctors, or not the doctor, the note from her lover, part of it was on his floor.
Take that!
You were right, Coffee.
The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeer is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past council, but I don't recall where. Miss Olive Green. The woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested. I hasten to add. Oh! Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green! She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago. And I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shamspeer's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night that incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday.
You got a yo, Drippy, what is this shiny luck, dude? A shiny Chatot? I've always wanted a shiny Chatot. That was the one I first tried to shiny hunt.
And we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious, she had poison.
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details of the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeer. Ha ha, my lord. Pray, what be thy bidding? No shinings for like an hour, and then 2 good ones. Incredible, Drippy. Are you acquainted with Miss Green? No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeer's face, I think perhaps he generally doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Shiny Machoke? Drippy! What the hell is this luck, man? Yes, Miss Olive Green! Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Very well, I grant the request.
Excellent, I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. I'm just really good. That's it, Trippy. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. And accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Subpoena. I get that word wrong every time, and someone always has to correct me. Thank you, Gunho. Subpoena. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned. To be cantonned. That was short. Usually they go for like 2 hours at least. I guess we'll play a little bit more of the last part since we still have 40 minutes left to stream. Well. Joyful, jubilant jumping jacks, very odd parents.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
Locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotomo Esquires. Now, finally, at long last, it can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent.
Oh, God, here he is. Haha! Good morning, my dear fellows.
Yarg! Herlock Sholmes! May you drink my tepid tea and fall over silent.
I thought the tea was innocent. Oh, Mr. Shums, you came! How wonderful!
Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces.
Nobody said or thought anything of the sort.
Mm-hmm. Every time. I get the word wrong every time without fail. The truth is, I determined that today would be the day, as sleep seduced me last night thought. Tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in the court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all on its own, does it not?
Oh, yes.
And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well, is that not such an astute insight into the matter?
Oh, yes.
Upon which realization, I did an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night. And the result? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness. Cole needs to watch more cop dramas. Yeah, probably. I watched a lot of Castle and The Mentalist. Those were my mom's favorite shows when I was in high school. But other than that, the only cop shows I've seen is like The Flash and Arrow. Those are the only ones, man. Shocking. And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential.
Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already.
Why no Law and Order? I don't know. I don't even know anything about the show. Like, no one I knew was into it. It was never on TV when I turned it on. I don't know. I just never... They have for sure said subpoena on The Flash. I don't think so. Although, maybe they did, but I didn't connect it to that word because I didn't see the word. I'm a very visual learner, you know? If I don't see the word and how it's pronounced, odds are I might not remember it. So that could have been the case. What others presuppose? I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is a scientific method. Man, that show fell off so bad. Now, yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this?
Ah! Yes, of course. It's a position that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to.
It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. Studying with you was always interesting. Why was it interesting? Do I not study like a normal person? I need visual things to remember, you know? I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine. I only know that word because coffee drilled it into me.
So I was right.
Perhaps, though of course such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now. But licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. I would just have to get creative to help you remember stuff. To that, I really greatly appreciate, man. You helped a lot. There isn't much you do like a normal person. I take that as a great compliment, Coffee. I'm not normal and I'm not boring. I'm doing it wrong again? Strychnine, like lightning. That's how I remembered it. Strychnine. What is it? Could I have a word?
Gregson, how good of you to come.
Forget it. Excuse me.
Wait a minute, Inspector!
Okay, Strikening? Strikening. Like you're gonna strike me down. Strikening. Okay.
I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself.
From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here.
Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
You have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shamspeer's room.
Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually.
There you go, champ. Thanks, Coffee.
Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamspeer's room? A man by the name of, yes, Selden.
I'm good not. Thanks much. Thank you for the follow. I probably butchered your name. Sorry about that.
I went through the archives at the yard and took out the fellow's life.
And subbing. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Doo-doo. Go get him, Slugger. Coffee, can you be my dad? That's Evans! I thought it might be. I wasn't sure. Evans, how's it going, my dude? Everyone, Evans is Gunho's brother. I was gonna say, someone random just followed and subbed me. Like, wow, today's a good day. Thanks, Evan, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Let's freaking go!
I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in it that's, well, it caught my eye.
How's your day been so far, Evan, man?
Something caught your eye. What, Inspector? What?
I've copied out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourself.
Thank you.
Nice. Tight. Yo, Gunho! Thanks so much, man. You guys don't need to do that. I appreciate it, though, guys. I've been pooping bricks because of something I ate. What did you eat? I mean, at least it's bricks and not, I don't know, liquid, you know? No son of mine would wonder if corn grows on cactus. I was just curious, okay? Why put corn on a cactus in a game if it might possibly happen in the real world somewhere? I swear, no, guys, no worries. I would never, like, I really appreciate it. I would never expect it. Honestly, I think it was the Fiber 1 bars. That sounds about right. That have been sitting in my car for 4 months. Oh man, they got a lot more than fiber in them then. Jesus. Yeah, I remember taking fiber. It was fiber something. I just remember it was like healthy for you, so I started adding it to my smoothies, and I was like, nope, I can't do that anymore.
These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeer's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court records so we don't have duplicate information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though?
Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows. And the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown.
A shining diamond in the rough, maybe.
Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all.
Boo-boo-doo-boo-doo-doo. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Bayleaf Bay! Court proceedings are about to resume. Bayleaf! Make your way into the courtroom at once. Bayleaf Bay!
Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all. Certainly not.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in a flood of tears, personally, so the best of luck to you.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire! Yes, Mr. Natsume. It's time, isn't it? Yes. This is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspeer. This is going to be the final battle.
Yay, the final battle. It's the final battle. Boo-ba-doo-boo. Boo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Should have guessed something was wrong when the oats were harder than Hisoka when he sees Gon. Ew! But I also ate 2 of them and I was okay. I mean, I guess it's different for every person, but Gunho, maybe it's gonna hit you later, or maybe your stomach is just indestructible, man. I know if I had probably one of those, I'd be done. I'd be dead. I'd be done for. It's so good when he's gone. That's nasty. I laughed at an anime joke. Yes, Drippy, you know the reference. Oh, hell yeah, Gunho, man. I love Hunter x Hunter. I don't remember when I saw it. I think it was either a summer during college or after college. I don't remember. Killa is my man. He's my boy. He's the best. Y'all are cultured. Drippy likes to tease at anime, but we all know Drippy loves it just as much. Yeah, oh, it's so good. I started to read the manga from where the anime left off, but I stopped for some reason. But I'm so stoked that he's finally writing more chapters. Oh, the Hunter x Hunter hiatus arc has gone on long enough, man. About my boy Leroy. Leroy is drowning in an ocean of despair. Didn't get it. It's an anime reference, Coffee. It's this character who gets hard-ons for young guys. So it was a joke towards that end. This VR chat video where this guy has a Hisoka avatar and is chasing this guy with a Gon avatar. Oh man, I wish I had VR, man. I would have so much fun. Yeah, the poor author. He gets killer stuff, but yeah, he gets sick. He's a sick lad. I was so shocked when I found out his wife was the creator of Sailor Moon. What a power couple. An absolutely power couple. Ace, welcome back. He's such a baby about it. From what I could tell, a little bit, yeah. But like, I don't know him, so I don't want to assume anything. We're talking Hunter x Hunter, Ace. I don't know if you've watched it. Man, I loved Hunter x Hunter so much. The scene where Killa first shows he's an assassin really turned things over for me. I was like, whoa, this show gets dark real fast. Oh, you totally should, Ace. I think you'd really like it. It does, like, my favorite arcs were just the whole Hunter exam. And I think you'd like it, Ace, because, like, My Hero has, like, the arc where he's trying to get into school. Hunter x Hunter just does that, but better. Like, it's amazing.
I won't really have saved Sasuke-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Rhinosuke. You have to.
Scared me.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago was a true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced
charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores.
Thank you for that backhanded consideration.
So we get another weirder judge, but with Dumbledore's judge? Hopefully not. He's a creep, but he's still better than Minetta. Yes. I do, in fact, agree with that statement. Yes. Yes.
A rather cold assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I must say.
Yeah, he's a straight-up criminal, but not in the good way. Like, he needs to actually be arrested.
So, Lord Van Zeeks, is a new witness present and ready to take the stand?
Ready and waiting in the witness' antechamber, my lord.
Very well. Bayleaf, I choose you. Bring the witness in. Bayleaf Bay.
Is she painting in court?
Oh my god. Witness, state your names and occupations for the court, please.
William Shamspeer, my league. For mine occupation, I can say only... Body roll. That I be a tragic victim to be pitied.
Currently unemployed, in other words.
I'm Olive Green, a fledgling artist. Well, no, not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
And hard on herself. Also currently unemployed, in other words.
What a... Cottery. Mr. Shamspeer.
My lord, I am thy humble servant. Sure, he is now.
I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victims in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you are in fact assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green.
Yes.
You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume?
Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon.
And do you accept the charge, Miss Green?
I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, lady. Die to live. Fairly, I know not thy prickly, pigmented personage. Right, man? Like, there's been some weird people on the stand, but no one who's ever just been painting. Imagine if you bring her to court and she brings out the easel.
Very well, let's pursue the matter at hand. That being, the assertion whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all.
Lies! You did not. Shamspeer is banning back a gun hall? Are you looking for a timeout, my man? Because you are headed in the right direction. There is no one is better than my king.
And on the night this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life.
Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in an incident on the street outside the Garadeb household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. This case is a joke to Green. Why is she making art like a pay state, right? The thing is, I think she's trying to act coy. We know her husband was killed in that room. We know she had a letter that brought her to that building, and She tried to kill herself the other day by drinking poison, so she's very sus.
I was struck in the middle of the back by a knife, though, through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeer's lodging is the Briar Road incident 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally about how exactly that happened. No, that incident 6 days ago, you mean you want me to relive that awful accident?
I want to know too, Ace. So far, no one's been allowed to look at her paintings.
Please tell the court what happened that day.
Have a katana. Everyone asks that. So basically, his best friend, they're from Japan, had a katana, and he died, and his katana was like his leading thing. He was like, I will strike the truth in court systems with this sword. So now, as a way to like honor his best friend, he carries the katana with him.
And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day, too, Mr. Shamspeer.
Hey, but what happened 6 days? What happened 6 days ago? It's nothing to do with me being poisoned. False. Let us proceed then. The witness will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. Boom, 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 boom. Is the judge naked? Ew! Let's hope not. It's weird that they're both standing like the exact same way. Let me do a little quick savey save. Bo bo do bo. Bo bo do bo do do. Kissing Ahsoka. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Who do you guys think Gun-Ho and Evan would win in a fight? Buggy or Hisoka? Who do you think? That's hard because you have to think about Nen as well. But they're both clowns. Whoops. Has the will of D. No, he doesn't.
It was 6 days ago, at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back.
Is Conqueror hockey? He does not have Conqueror's hockey. Shut up. Which should be considered special class N. I swear to God. Alright, so you guys are clearly leaning towards Buggy. Ew, bug snacks, no. The muggy ball goated.
Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house, where the men in his case have their lodgings.
I was at the tavern of the eye of which thou speakst, for I had bespoke my supper. I do miss Buggy, but goddamn, guys.
It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that is all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business.
You know, it's funny. They both actually have... You know how Buggy's thing is, like, he can splice his body and move it around. Like, Hisoka did a very similar thing when we saw him fighting in the fighting tower. We had this bubblegum Nen attached to his arm and stuff and was flinging it around. Yes, a second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings. One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shamspeer. 'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine?
when Sasuke-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder.
As suspected, there was nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance.
It's true. It doesn't seem as though they were unrelated at first glance. But I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
Yes, my lord. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Pudding, hell yeah, coffee. Get that pudding. Walking by in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. It happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodging. It just so happened. Oops. I was at a tavern in the eye of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper. I don't know what that means. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to. That's all. A little matter to attend to. All right, Miss Green. Let's strange hospital. Let's press on that.
Hold it!
Why would they put the accused murderer right next to the person they were trying to? Yeah, I know, right, Ace? I mean, I'm assuming from what it sounds like, she didn't know it was him. Oh no, I don't know actually. That is a very strange thing to do, though.
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. Not. It was related to the card you were holding.
Why is it in England? So, his best friend, his name was Kazuma. He is a lawyer, and he's like one of the best lawyers in Japan, and they're going to school for it. And he was offered to go to England for an exchange program to learn the ways of the British judicial system, because it's way more advanced than what it is in Japan. And so he asked Ryanosuke to come with him as his best friend, to learn things with him and to help him with something. But when they were on the boat to England, Kazuma died by a cat. A cat made him fall into something. So now we're kind of taking his place. We are lawyers in England trying to live up to his name, basically. Boo, do, death by cat, yeah. Yeah. Like a cat stuck into his room and knocked him over, I think. It was a year ago I played the first case, so I don't remember. They make no attempt at historical accuracy. I mean, I wouldn't know. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo.
From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Well, what does that matter? There's nothing to do with Duncan.
What? Excuse me. You look like a potato. I don't know. Maybe she likes potatoes. Cat curries hockey. Ha 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 ha.
Mr. Shamspeer, do you have something to share with the courts?
To be or not to be? That is the question. Ah, pray forgive me. The great bard's words springeth from within me, with never a thought.
Don't tell me. It's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps.
Nay, nay, sire. 'Twas nothing at all.
Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you are both lodgers in the same house.
I would it were so, but sadly nay. I hate Shakespeare. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodgings fellow be rarely known to me.
So, you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours.
Ah. Miss Green.
Me, my lord, have I done something wrong?
The card that was mentioned before, containing the note, do you have it upon your person?
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Got it.
Of course, that's what links Mr. Shamspeer and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross.
No! Continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. Her husband used to live in the same room as, Shamspeer, I believe. Hold on, I gotta look at this evidence. Gotta look at it real close. Oh, I have this stuff to look at too. All right, hold on. Let's take a second to look at our evidence, because it's gonna be mighty important.
So this is the poison we've been hearing so much about. Strychnine. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here. You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not, as long as we don't lose this trial.
No, even if we lose a trial. No, we mustn't lose a trial in the first place, Mr. Naruto.
Fiance, you're right. They weren't married yet. Okay. 18 counts. Wait. Investigative findings related to Selden. Wait. Can I go to people? Was Selden her fiance? 18 counts of burglary of burgers. 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes whilst in prison. His final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole. No, this is somebody else. The estimated 1,000 pounds of worth he stole remains uncovered. Condemned criminal dies of natural cause prison. Manchester's Strange Ways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hour of this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October, altered by the shouts of his fellow cellmate. Medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Interesting. Well, let's open the little notey note, shall we?
The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the person to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah! What is it? The way the envelope is torn. I'm almost sure I've seen the exact same shape somewhere else.
Yeah, we have the others. We have the other half.
Oh, you don't mean? Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruto?
Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up.
They match. They're a perfect pair.
They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card.
Nice. Can I open the letter? I want to read it. No? Okay. Excellent. Boom, boom, boom. Elegant. So elegant. Doom, doom, boom, doom. I knew nothing about all this business. I was at the tavern on the eye of which thou speakest for. Okay. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house. I doubt it. I'm gonna try doing a little objecty-wecty on this statement here.
Objection.
I was a fool. I was a ding-dang fool. 'Twas not what I was supposed to do. It was not coincidentally. You have this letter right here saying otherwise.
Objection.
Bruh. I'm a failure. That was different dialogue, though. Did I actually get it right on the first one? No, the music would have stopped. All right, let's press.
Hold it.
I'm very well acquainted with the case. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested.
Yes, the incident has been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening and should now be forgotten.
Yes, I suppose so. Thank you. But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day for us to arrive at the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement.
Fake news.
Hold it.
What were you doing there that day, though? What do you mean? The art school you attended, what's it called? Ah, yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on the Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh yes, of course, I thought I might make a nice picture.
The witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas.
That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of the part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term. The point is, she's definitely hiding something. And you, Mr. Shamspeer, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly you were doing?
'Twould be my pleasure, sire. But I have the evidence. I know what she was doing. The note told her to go there. Oh, maybe this one?
Objection.
No? Bruh. It was a picture of her husband, her fiance, though. The first time you were in the area, absolute baloney sauce.
What little matter, Miss Green, please?
Oh, wait, did we already do this already? Yeah, we went through this already. Do 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 do. There's nothing I can tell you, but I can assure you it's unrelated to all this, completely unrelated.
The truth is, you went out that day because that's what the note told you to do, isn't it? The instructions were for you to come to Briar Road at 5 o'clock that afternoon.
Oh, well, this is new.
I didn't think I should go at first, but then I thought it might be a good opportunity to see what the East End would look like.
Very well. If that's your final word in the matter, please continue. No, it's not the final word. Let's press on him then.
Hold it!
A tavern, you say? Which one?
'Twas thy slug and salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End. And a little unexpected, I feel.
What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks?
The slug and salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least. Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room. Ah!
It's true. Menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness.
I would have expected Grub's grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush.
All equally appetizing.
I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that?
How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to a particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on the day of all days he dined in a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shamspeer's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious.
Do we have evidence? Where is the slug salad? No, I don't see it. I don't think so. Man, I'm stumped. He said he wanted to try new water. No, I don't think I do at the moment.
I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment. If we find a clue that could explain why Mr. Shamspeer went there, we must present it to the court. Yes, absolutely.
But it wasn't your first time in the area. Wow, it's been a while since I've been really stuck on whatever this is called. What's prosecution? What's it called?
Objection!
Objection! 10! How's it going, dude?
Hold it!
Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial, did you? In the early hours. Exactly. So how could I have had anything to do with it? And yet, you still haul me in here to court like this, honestly.
So at the time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Could there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you? Oh, yeah, no worries, Gunho, man. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, dude. I hope you had a good time. It was great, you know, introducing you to our community. And yeah, thanks so much, man. Have a good dog walk. Woolly Bear says it's a snack time, but he has to wait another 20 minutes. But Woolly Bear doesn't like to wait, Coffee. He doesn't like to wait. Oh, I'm doing great, Sen, man. How you doing, dude?
And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit. Well, But you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? None at all.
There you have it. The good lady is yet to see evidence, my learned Nipponese friend.
I'm working on it.
I will point out here that the jury's next decision will be final.
We're really up against the wall here. Oh, Mr. Naruto, you pursued Mr. Shamspeer wonderfully there. It's worked out well, hasn't it? We have a clue at least. Alright, now I need to pull off a really insightful objection somewhere. Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that. Ah, yes, of course.
I don't know. Of all the evidence I have, I don't know why he would go to a new place. Maybe to get soap? And it won't let me read the note either. Bro, I am proper stuck. Walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings. You were walking there, though. That's so not true. But they make it sound like I have to object to him. Oops. Which doesn't make any sense to me. The tavern on the eye of which thou speakest, where I had bespoke my supper. I had bespoke my supper. I don't know. I might be stumped, guys. I might have to. My brain might be toast. I might have to come back tomorrow for this. I can't think of why he would have to go to that place. Oh, bummer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let my brain rest, and then tomorrow I will look at this with brand new eyes and hopefully put this dude in jail. All right, everyone. Yeah, that's gonna be it for stream today. I hope you had a great time. We'll be back tomorrow with more Ace Attorney. And yeah, all around, have a great one, guys. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.